Hello and welcome to Apocalypse Soon with Eddie Pepitone, the podcast with no upside. And I'll make it loud for him, our head of state, our head honcho, it's Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everybody, and did you hear that hello? You know what word is prominent in hello? Hell. That's right, and we are in hell. We are in a disintegrating, unraveling America. With each Supreme Court decision, we go more and more into the dark ages, and we all retreat into our computers, atomized people. We are separated from each other, and we are here for Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. We are glad you joined us, and please, let's welcome our band leader with his band, Bobby and the Mephistophelians. Bobby!
Hey, pal, how you doing? How's it going today?
Aw, come on, Bob. You know how it's going.
Going pretty good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Bobby, you're one of the most interesting people I know in the sense that you don't have anything to talk about. And I kind of like that about you, that there's no pressure.
No.
To have a conversation, because you're like a lot of Americans. We are so wrapped up in ourselves, I believe it's called narcissism, that we have no interest in the outside world, which is why it's disintegrating.
That's true. That is very true.
Right? And we're just complete slaves to our desires, to our emotional whims, and so we can't converse.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm a little distracted today.
No, it's who you are, Bob. Don't apologize for who you are. What are you distracted about?
Well, my wife, she may be taking me to court pretty soon.
Really? About what?
Well, I blew a lot of our retirement money on Candy Crush. I don't know if you ever played the game Candy Crush.
Isn't it free to play Candy Crush?
It is free, but you can skip levels if you throw them a couple of bucks. And I didn't know. I always thought it was fun money, And then my wife, she gets all upset and whatnot. And I told her, it's my money. I spend it how I want to spend it. She goes, you know it's not your money. And she lets me pretend a lot, but
folks, what you're doing is getting a glimpse into an average American household. An average American household that has been ruined by the game Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Right, Bob?
It's been tough, and I will say the only solace I have in this moment of sadness is honestly, ironically, it's Candy Crush.
That is ironic that it's ruined your marriage and your finances, yet you find a solace in it.
I'm sad over what's done to my life. My wife, she's leaving. She's going to take all of my security, and the only warm blanket of a hug I have is loading up the Candy Crush.
Folks, what Bob is referring to, Bobby, as he likes to be known.
I prefer it.
Yeah, he prefers Bobby to Bob, is our distractions that we indulge in. They become addictive behaviors. Now, I don't need to tell this to you. Okay, but you're going to hear it anyway. Even though I don't need to tell, don't you love people who say, I don't need to tell this to you, and yet they go on. Bobby, have you ever gotten that?
Oh, God, yeah, sound like my mother-in-law. It looks like, thank God I won't have to deal with it anymore. But, yeah, she always goes,
hey.
I don't need to tell you this, but you probably shouldn't eat all that. And she'll point them, she'll poke me in the gut. I hate it. I hate that woman. I hate that woman.
Look,
I have so much negativity today. I'm sorry, Ed. I try to bring a positive.
I know. Yeah, this is unlike you. But look, you're caught in the middle of a Candy Crush addiction, which then leads you to think of your other things that are screwing up your life.
Yeah.
One is your mother-in-law, but you'll be rid of her because of the proceedings that are happening. And you don't mind me calling divorce a proceeding.
No, that's fine. It is. It's a legal procedure. It's a medical procedure-ish. I
don't know why divorces can't have more like celebratory things. You know how weddings have just great music and food? Why can't a divorce, particularly of a bad marriage, why can't that have, like, a band gets hired for the divorce?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm putting out a new album. All the best divorce hits. And a lot of originals.
50 Ways to Leave Your Lover on there?
Oh, my God. It's true. That drum beat in the beginning, I love it so much. So good. So good. That guy knows. And that guy's left a lot of lovers.
Let me tell you something. Who you're talking about is Paul Simon.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, I want to say this about Paul Simon. Paul Simon is small. He doesn't have any height. Have you ever seen Paul Simon in real life? He's a shrimp. All right? And shrimp, they crawl along the sea floor. Okay? Yeah, they're crustacean. Paul Simon is crustacean-like. Sure, he's got some great music. And let me tell you something. I saw at the beginning of COVID, Paul Simon sang The Boxer for the people of New York City. And you know where he did that from? His house in the Hamptons. That's what rich people do. Here's a song for you, New York City, where I'm from. I'm not in the city now because it's too dangerous to be in there. So here's me singing for New York from the Hamptons. The Hamptons, okay? I'm a shrimp. I'm a crustacean. I crawl along the seabed. I'm good with linguine.
He's a beautiful musician, though. Beautiful musician.
I like Paul Simon.
Very tiny. Very, very tiny.
Very tiny man.
Very tiny. You put him in your pocket. Go, hey, Paul, sing me a tune, huh? And it's great. I like to put him up with a pencil, top left pocket.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's
nice. Remember Randy Newman's hit? Small people got no reason to live. They got little hands. And a lot of people who were small got offended by that song. Look, you got to let things roll off your back, folks. We're in the end of days. We're in the final stage of capitalism, which is cannibalistic. We're eating our own, so to speak, which means we're tearing down the Amazon rainforest. That's our own. That is killing our own systems of life. We can't distinguish now between what is a commodity, what is a product, and what is a necessity and nature. And that's why Paul Simon pisses me off. He's a crustacean. I don't know what he has to do with the Amazon, but it pisses me off. Let's bring in our producer, Kevin Tinkin, and get his opinion. Kev.
Hey.
You ever have an unreasonable hatred? Like all of a sudden I'm hating on Paul Simon because, I did get pissed when he did this song for New York, and he was obviously in the Hamptons.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, though, I generally, anytime anybody is doing well, I generally am a little bit pissed.
I hear you.
Yeah, there's something about everything's going well for you, huh?
But nobody's really doing well. This is what the oligarchs don't realize. And by oligarchs, I mean scumbags, billionaires, that all your money is worthless when it comes down to it. When there's no air to breathe, when there's no oceans, when there's no food, when there's drought, you can hide out in your bunkers, but what kind of life is that? Even though I guess some bunkers are very nice, huh?
Yeah, I got AM and FM radio in my bunker. So
you do have a bunker.
Brag.
I have a cousin in real estate who flips bunkers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he meaning. Like he'll go to a bunker, he'll do it up, and then sell it for more to another billionaire.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. He makes a nice living. It's called Flipping Bunkers. It's on TBS.
Oh, sounds like a great show.
Yeah. How have you been doing lately?
I've been doing good. I was I did a commercial where I was forced to exercise.
Now that sounds. First of all, you just dropped a lot on us. You did a commercial, so you're making a little money.
Yeah.
hopefully it's not a terrible corporation.
No, I'm sure they're fine.
I'm sure they're
fine. Most people, they're just trying to say, just make a little bit of cash for their family.
God. Oh, God. I love when I hate when celebrities do commercials.
Oh, God, yeah.
And people know that I do. Like I don't know what, Samuel Jackson for Capital One is unfucking real to me.
That's insane. It's insane. But because he doesn't even make sense.
And he thinks it's cool. I mean, he obviously thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
This guy who has so much money, he's the highest box office person ever. His movies, his movies have grossed more than any other actor.
Wow.
I heard that. I believe I heard it on Lee Camp's podcast.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. He was a guest. But it's unbelievable, man.
It's insane. I liked that Coke commercial. You remember the Coke commercial where they had that? I can't remember what it was.
Coke?
It was a Coca-Cola commercial, and there's like a riot or something, and she hands a Coke to one of the police officers or something. I think it was like
no fucking way.
What? It was a Pepsi. Yeah, a Pepsi to. Yeah, one of the Kardashians hands a Pepsi to the riot police.
How did I miss this?
Oh, this is...
How long ago?
Solid gold Pepitone fodder here.
Oh, I'm glad I missed that. I'm getting enraged right now.
This was like, 2-3 years ago?
Oh, okay. 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, after George Floyd.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that insane?
Oh, my God. Oh my God!
Have a Pepsi.
I'm short-circuiting right now.
Yeah.
A Kardashian.
Yes.
Who the Kardashians represent the absolute epitome, the apex of greed and empty commercialism and just empty self-promotion and the crux of the bankrupt spirituality of our country, the Kardashians, and them handing a Coke, a Pepsi,
dude,
to the police.
It's insane. You got to see that commercial because it's really insane. And Pepsi, that they went through so much to get that commercial done, and they spent so much money, and at no point, nobody went like, maybe this is a bad idea. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google that after we
absolutely
get off the air, and I want to see what people said about it.
Great marketing.
It is really unbelievable, though, how celebrities just give their rights to these corporations. And why is it unbelievable? Because they don't need the money.
Right.
Like you doing a commercial, it's obvious. Look at you.
True.
He needs the money.
I need the money, folks. I need the money. I'll do whatever it takes. It takes.
Now, I don't sell out. I did a commercial a long time ago, but unless asked, okay, I will not audition for these fucking things. But if you ask me and say, we're offering you this, then it's a bit of a conundrum for me. But that hasn't happened, thank God. That hasn't happened. Because, at some point, if you don't have integrity, you're lost,
Absolutely. It's a very odd position to be in, to be a broke entertainer, and then all of a sudden Halliburton's like, we got this new bomb and we think you're the face to sell it. And I'm like,
hello. Yeah, cut to me in 2 years going, hey, you see these missiles behind us, these warheads? They're not the problem. They're made by Halliburton, and they're made expertly. I'm Eddie Pepitone, and yes, I'm against war, but these babies, they're only launched when need be, or something.
Yeah. Do you want a hand grenade that easily fits into your purse? Now new tiny hand grenades for the average woman.
Tiny hand grenades. Even Paul Simon could use one.
Yeah, hand grenades so tiny, even Paul Simon could grip it in his little baby hands.
Whatever happened to Art Garfunkel?
I think he was killed.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I think he was killed by...
Why did you... Don't spread rumors about... Me and Art Garfunkel share a birthday. I'm November 5th, and so is Garfunkel. And
Really?
so was Genghis Khan.
Really?
Genghis Khan, Art Garfunkel, Fidel Castro, and who was it? Pat Sajak. So it's a pretty...
That's very nice.
It's a rogues gallery.
It really is, yeah.
I was
Genghis
kidding
Khan.
about everyone but Art Garfunkel.
Eddie, you'll never guess who's on mine.
Who?
Paul fucking Simon.
No way.
October the 13th, yeah.
What about Paul Simon?
It's birthday share.
I share a birthday with Paul Simon.
Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny. Me and Aaron, our producer here in the studio, Aaron Brungard, his birthday is on Paul Simon's birthday, and my birthday is on Art Garfunkel's birthday, and together I think, Aaron, we should launch a duet. We just travel across the country and see what we get. Like a bridge over troubled water, whatever it is. That's fucking pretty synchronicity.
Yeah. With the fact that we were talking, it all comes back around.
Did we say who's on your birthday?
So I've looked it up a couple of times. I always forget because I'm above, that sort of celebrity worship.
I know you are.
I know what the big one was, Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, now that's great.
Yeah, and Morgan Freeman.
Mr. President. Morgan Freeman, another sellout, I think. He's done a lot of voiceovers commercial work.
Yep.
But Marilyn, let me just do my Mr. President.
Oh, please.
Happy birthday to you. Marilyn, who famously sang Happy Birthday to JFK. Please don't murder me with the CIA. Happy birthday, Mr. President. I can keep a secret. You don't have to murder me. I don't know. I don't know about that conspiracy theory.
I like it. I love it. I think it's a good one.
Conspiracy theories are great rabbit holes to go down if you don't want to get anything accomplished. But look, we have a great show coming up, Kev.
Yes.
Yeah?
A fantastic show. And if you enjoy the show, I'll remind you right off top, leave us a review, all right? We're going to throw that in the beginning and at the end. Leave us a review. Send us an email to eddiepeppodcast@gmail.com.
And then go to eddiepepitone.com for tickets and all my touring. I'm going to really start touring a lot. July and August and September. I'm going to be busy and hopefully I'll hold up.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm kept together. Folks, I'm kept together by pills and prayers. There's no question about that. So anyway, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. We'll be right back.
And now a new product from Eddie Pepitone.
Hello. I want to talk to my audience about a new perfume I'm releasing.
Pepitone.
It's called Pepitone. Do you want to smell like dissent? Do you want to smell like an edgy comic who lives in Southern California against his will? Pepitone. Do you want a scent that will draw the police to you?
Nonconformist.
Do you want a perfume that says, I don't really care about my appearance?
Ambivalence.
Do you want a perfume that says self-sabotage?
Pepitone.
Do you want a perfume that can't get along with their parents?
Pepitone.
Do you want a perfume that shirks responsibilities?
Shirk.
Well, have I got a perfume? No, I have a perfume for you. It's called Pepitone.
Pepitone.
put a little dab behind one of your ears or both of your ears.
Oh, yeah, that smells nice.
And then go out on the town and see if you don't feel. See if you don't feel just a little heavier.
Pepitone.
Your right side feels out of balance because of a sciatic pain.
I need a bear aspirin.
Put on Pepitone Perfume.
Pick up your new Pepitone Perfume today at Wallmart. And now a new segment, Today's Militarized Police, with Eddie Pepitone.
All right, guys. Look, something just came in over the wire. We have a scientist chained to a bank. All right, so what we're going to do, I want people to get out your machine guns. We have new machine guns. We have Kevlar vests. I want the hand grenades. And also, guys, I want you to take the sound wave machines. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hold on, Mr. Pepitone. I think we're overdoing it a little. I mean, it's just a scientist chained to a bank. Look, it's where I do my banking. I want the sound wave machines. I want the Kevlar. I want the flash grenades. I want the shotguns. I want the AK-47s.
Hey, boss, where should I put this tank over here? We good with this?
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Rafferty. Tanks. We're going to be Are you sure we need all this for one scientist?
I brought the tanks. I figured we were going to use them. What, am I going to sit them over here and do nothing with them?
Exactly. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that when the United States, our beloved country, goes overseas, they develop techniques that they use on foreign populations, and then they use it domestically. What people don't realize is that our wars that we wage overseas come back to roost on our domestic population. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to use all of the stuff that we use to enslave people across the world so we can get their resources. And we're now going to use it on our domestic population who are starting to get out of hand because they think, oh, the climate isn't going right. Or, oh, they took away my right to abortion. We're going to fuck them up. We are an extension of the U.S. military. We are the police. And I got into this to use big weapons. Does that mean you have a small dick, sir? Who said that? Who said it? That was me, sir. Where are you? I'm right over here, sir. You're lucky that I have really bad peripheral vision. Well, how the hell did you get into the force then, sir? Where are you? I'm right to your left in your periphery. You're lucky you're in my periphery.
Hey, boss, where do you want me to put all these grenades for the scientists?
I want you to put them up that scientist's ass.
Yes, sir.
The last thing we need in this country is science. Everybody, what this country has turned into is that facts don't mean anything anymore. Okay? It's how you feel. It's all about emotion now. We are headed toward a very dark period, folks. I mean, officers. Sir, I'm in your periphery. Fuck you, Rafferty. It ain't Rafferty.
Hey, boss, just a heads up. I got 7 snipers trained on these scientists over here, and with the 40 cows, what are we doing?
Make it 35 snipers. We have a lot of rifles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away.
We have to use. All right, everybody. Now, I have here the name of the scientist. Her name is Beverly Stevens. It's a woman, sir? Do we really need all this firepower? Look, our military uses this on us. Sir, we understand now that foreign wars are used now to tame our domestic population.
Hey, Sarge, we got, just FYI, there's a group of students gathering down at the community college. We got about 12 drones going down there with armor-piercing bullets and whatnot. What, should we take them out?
We should take our new F-14 fighter plane.
I'm on it. Let's get after it. Guys, get the F-14. Come on, get it ready.
All right, guys. That's it for today. Be careful out there. That scientist, they're cunning, all right? And this woman, she looks like trouble.
Sarge, there's not really a woman out there. A woman scientist? That's crazy. I mean, come on.
That's true. It's unbelievable. It used to be. They knew their place. Anyway, I don't want to get into sexual politics here. I don't want to be canceled. Sir, I think you getting canceled would be an improvement. Where are you? On your periphery, sir.
Hey, sure, we set up all those landmines at the kindergarten like we talked about. Seemed like they were going to revolt.
Yes. Good. Landmines finally being used. And remember, guys, all our foreign wars come back to roost on our domestic population. Surveillance, all kinds of weaponry. It's a cruel world, baby, and we're at the forefront. All right, guys, be careful out there.
Thanks for joining us for the Militarized Police with Eddie Pepitone. And now, join us for Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
It was a Tuesday, which in my world was very much like a Thursday. It was raining, and it was raining viciously. More vicious than a woman scorned. More vicious than a dog who was brought up wrong by a gang member. This rain was vicious. It was like an insult comic who went after you because you were ugly. This rain was so vicious, just pelting my windshield. I had the windows rolled up, and I was still feeling damp. That's what kind of viciousness this rain came down, pounding on my windshield. The way, a kind of pounding where the landlord is pounding, asking you for rent. That kind of the kind of pounding that a carpenter, a really good carpenter, maybe even Jesus, when he was a carpenter, pounding in a nail, and I was in my car, my Uber/Lyft/Instacart/bookmobile/psychiatry services/ place where I live 'cause the rent's too high, that kind of car. And I was driving through the streets of Los Angeles, and it was raining hard. Very, very, very hard. It was raining harder than any math problem. I mean, a hard math problem had nothing on this type of rain. And just then I saw her out of the corner of my eye, and I hit the brakes, and because it was raining viciously, more viciously than Sid Vicious, who burned himself alive with Nancy in the Chelsea Hotel. At least that's what the movie said. It was just viciously raining, and I caught her out of my eye, and I pounded on the brakes. I pounded on the brakes the way a landlord... Well, I told you that already. And there she was. My car spun out of control because of the viciousness of the rain. More vicious... Well, you know what I mean by the vicious stuff. Just very vicious. And she was gorgeous. She was extremely gorgeous. Her legs, let's just say her legs were appetizing. Have you ever been to a restaurant where you don't even want to look at the main dishes because the appetizers look so tasty? That's what we're talking about. And I rolled down my window, and about 3/4 of the Pacific Ocean came in to my car, but I didn't care because I had to yell something. I yelled, "Baby, you got gams." And I rolled the window back up and took off. I didn't want any part of her. That's the way I dealt with women lately. Just yelling out of the car, and that was enough as far as a relationship with me. I don't want any more relationships. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a single guitar hung up on a bare wall. I'm a spare tire in the back of your car that you don't even know. You know how when you don't know if you have a spare or not, you're like, maybe I do have a spare. I don't know. That's me. I need privacy at this point in my life, which is why I drove a cab. Because no one ever got in this car. No one. Even though I worked for Uber, they never contacted me. I worked for Lyft. They never contacted me. Instacart, I got my own groceries. The rain kept pounding on my windshield. I was just driving in a circle in a parking lot. I was doing donuts in the rain. And that was kind of like a double entendre because I also had donuts in the car. And I was doing donuts outside, and I was doing donuts inside, double D. We call that a double D where I'm from. I was from a very racy area, Beverly Hills adjacent. People didn't have a lot of money in Beverly Hills adjacent, but they were very close to people who had money. And that's the way we liked it. We didn't like having money, but we liked being close to money. And I was doing double D's. I was doing double D's, and the rain wouldn't stop. And then I saw her again, the woman with the gams. Apparently, I hadn't gone very far after I yelled that out to her. I must have pulled into a parking lot very close to her because there she was, or she had gotten a Lyft or an Uber or a bus to where I was. I couldn't quite figure it out, but the rain didn't let up. The rain was so ubiquitous. It was omnipresent. The rain was like God. It was everywhere. The rain was like God. It was unforgiving like God. It was unforgiving like that movie, Unforgiven. You ever see that with Eastwood and Gene Hackman? It's a good movie. Anyway, movies were the furthest thing from my mind when she knocked on my window. I stopped doing the donuts. By the way, it was incredible that she was able to knock on a car doing donuts. Knock on a car window doing donuts. I rolled down the window, and about 5/8 of the Pacific Ocean came in my window in my car, making the donuts soggy. And I said, "Look what you did to my glazed chocolate cream donut." She looked at me, and she just went to kiss me. And I rolled up the window just in time, and I pulled out of that parking lot with some soggy donuts and wet jeans. And another lesson: never roll down the window for beautiful dames caught in the rain.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone. And now, Enjoy another episode of The Overly Sensitive Executioner in the Middle Ages.
Okay, just put your head on the stone right there, okay? You just lay your neck on the stone. Oh, God, you look so pathetic. You look so pathetic with just your neck all right. I can't believe I got involved in this kind of occupation. 1400s. There's all kinds of things I could be doing. I could be playing the lute. I could be taking eggs and delivering them. You know, I could just, I could take eggs. You could do so much with an egg. I could be doing stuff with eggs. Instead, I'll chop your neck off and I'm chopping off people's heads. And my wife told me, don't get into that, Al. And I'm like, honey, we need the tithe money for the church. You know, the church keeps asking us for these fucking tithes, and and so I'm sorry, but I gotta kill this guy. He was arrested for fornicating with the king. Or something with the king. I don't know. I don't know what he did with the king. What'd you do, sir? See, they can't. It's so disheartening to have to kill someone as eloquent as that. Shut up. I can't believe I got involved in this. My wife was like, why don't you hoof the horses with Harry the blacksmith? And I'm like, I don't want to fucking go into that business. I want to do something that I travel. And I'm not traveling, I'm just traveling to this fucking scaffold here in the middle of town. Sure, I get exposure. Sure, I've been sketched by a lot of the famous painters, But do I see any of that money? Anyway, all right, just put your neck down there. I can't believe it. This blade is so sharp, too. This blade on this fucking axe is so sharp. You know what, fella? Why don't you, here, let me untie you. There you go. All right, just get the fuck out of here. All right, I don't know what you did with the king. It's your business. Go! Run! Don't tell anybody. I gotta get another job.
And thank you for joining us for another episode of The Overly Sensitive Executioner in the Middle Ages. And now checking in with Al and Margaret, a couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Margaret, could you hand me the hammer? Al, where is the hammer? Oh, Margaret, are we going to go through this again? It is in the drawer labeled hammer. All my tools are in drawers labeled, Margaret. It's in the drawer. First of all, Al, you do not have to raise your voice and speak to me in that tone. Second of all, it is so ridiculous to have one tool in a drawer, okay? Because we have a screwdriver in a drawer. We have, an awl in a drawer. Why did you laugh, Margaret? Because I find awls funny. What's funny about an awl? Because most people don't even know what an awl is, an AWL. They don't know what the hell it is. An awl was very important to cobblers back in the day, Margaret. Well, you're not a cobbler, Al. Oh, I'm not? You don't think I could fix a shoe? Al, every time one of your shoes, has some kind of problem, we just buy you a new shoe. Well, I'm not going to sit around pounding out, a new shoe, Margaret. I am, I don't have that kind of time. You have nothing but time, Al. You're retired. Oh, am I, huh? I'm retired, yet who's asking you for a hammer? What does that have to do with your retirement? You're putting around the house now. That's all you do is putt. Look, Margaret, you know, you criticize my lifestyle a lot. You don't like the fact that I still demonstrate against nuclear power plants. Al, I think it's ridiculous to demonstrate against nuclear power. First of all, nuclear power is clean. Nuclear power is clean, huh, Margaret? You ever lived through 3 Mile Island? Al, we haven't lived through anything. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we haven't lived through anything, and you know it. Do you want me to bring it up what we are? No. All right, I'm sick of you telling me we are just a disembodied voice from a comedian named Eddie Pepitone. Yeah, and the comedian's in quotes, Al. Oh, don't you attack our host. We are parasites, Al. We are... Why do you keep laughing at different things you say, Margaret? Because it's absurd, Al. And sometimes the level of absurdity gets ridiculous, Al. I mean, just think about it. We're pretending to be a couple. Well, I'm not pretending anything. I am just relating to you, Margaret, whether or not you're a voice in Eddie Pepitone's head, quote unquote. No, not quote unquote around Eddie Pepitone, quote unquote around comedian. Why do you say quotes around comedian? Because I find a lot of people find him off-putting. Look, I don't want to talk about our host. Why do you keep calling him our host? Because we live... Oh, God damn it. Now you have me defending your point of view. Well, I laugh sometimes, Al, because it's hilarious to me to be talking about an all, you know, and we're not real. All of a sudden, we're talking about alls. Well, you brought it up. You know what you are, Margaret? You're all or nothing. That's what you are. Oh, clever pun, Al. Look, Al. Look, I love you a lot. You see, this is what gets me going, you know, is that first we talk about how we don't exist, and then you say you love me, and I'm caught between two worlds, Maggie. Oh, Al, I love when you use nicknames for me. You're my little buttercup. Oh, Al. You're my gorgeous creature. Oh, my God, Al. I'm going to dress in a really short skirt. Even though you don't exist? Yup. A non-existent lady is very much in love with a non-existent man. Oh, Margaret, you're going to put on that nice little black skirt you have with the white pearls? If you want. I'll even put on my chloroform mask. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. I was just trying to get into some bondage scenario. Please, Margaret, we don't need to spruce things up like that. Let love guide us. We're two non-existent creatures living in a crumbling American empire. Oh, Al, I love when you talk about the empire crumbling. Well, it's true. Come here, you big lug.
Thanks for joining us for Checking In with Al and Margaret, a couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
And that was our show, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you may want to show your love by going to patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. Become a Patreon member. Bread or circuses are the levels. Just please, it's so helpful to the podcast, and I appreciate it. Also, write a review, right, Kev?
Yes. Go to iTunes is the premier spot for review writing, but of course you can write a review anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're in charge of a major news network, throw together some sort of news announcement about how fantastic this show is. If you're not, if you got skywriting planes, anything, throw the name out there. We got to get the word out, folks. We got to do it. And if you love Eddie, go to Patreon and throw a couple of ducats our way. Everybody, everywhere I go, Eddie, this is not a joke. This is dead serious. When I tell people that I get to work with you, people are always like, I know you love compliments. I know you love.
And they're hard.
I know.
They're hard because I was brought up by parents who didn't quite compliment me.
Yeah.
They were like, "You are a bum."
From the day you were born.
The day I was born, my dad would hold me up and go, "Look at this bum."
Still no job to be found.
But he's 8 hours old and he's not pulling his weight.
When I was 8 hours old, I was in the coal mines. But yeah, throw a couple of bucks. But everybody tells me how much they love you, and
sweet.
You're easy to love, and you're hilarious, and you're a great guy. And so take care of our legends here, our brilliant co-hosts.
By the way,
host here.
This is the point where everybody just turns off the podcast.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're hearing about us begging for money and begging for reviews.
Hey, well, how about this?
How great I am.
We don't want any of your fucking money, all right? All right, look, we're going to be pieces of shit. We don't need you, but if you could, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, if you could.
Yeah.
So that was the podcast. Thanks, everybody. Go to EddiePepitone.com. Where could they find out stuff about you, Kev?
Oh, for me, you can follow me at Kevin Tinkin on Instagram, and you could check out Bag Fries, which is another podcast I do with my buddy Bruce Gray. And,
Wait a minute.
I apologize. Now I'm getting into weird territory.
Bag Fries. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin Tinkin fans, another podcast he does with Bruce Gray.
Bruce Gray.
Bag Fries. Why is it called Bag Fries?
Well, it's it's when you have fries in the bottom of the bag. You didn't order fries, but they're there.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. A little silly.
Nice. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed it, folks. Remember, this is Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. Good night. Good day. Checkmate.